Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twin State Podcast. We're your hosts, Luke and Jackson Hershey. Twins from Charlotte, North Carolina. Same face, two opinions. We're so hyped for you guys to be joining us. We have an awesome guest, one of the best college basketball recruits in the entire country, and a guy that's going to make a huge difference, I think, overall in college sports, but also March Madness. And we're hyped to get to interview him. But before we introduce him, we got to talk about 4th of July because, first of all, it's just great to celebrate our country, all it's done, the freedom we have. But what do we do? Let's talk about what we did on 4th of July. So, Jackson, let's dive into it.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to watch some awesome fireworks 4th of July night. Yeah. Before that, played some pool, played some poker. That was a lot of fun. And then before that, we even got a workout in. Yeah, guys, so stayed active. It was a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to what comes up the next of the summer.
Bro, I think I'm one of those guys that I wake up a lot of times early, but I hate waking up early. Like, I would rather stay up late, sleep in, and I'm trying to get my mind to start doing it reversed. But I had my parents wake me up at 6:30 in the morning. We went up and did a really early workout. I was dreading that, but it was really good. It was really cool to actually get up and work out and celebrate our country. And it was just a great night at the end to get to do fireworks. We're hopping on a Disney cruise next week, which we're excited about. We'll tell you guys all about that. But we got to introduce our guest coming up. We got none other than one of the top guards in the entire country, Kingston Flemings. He's actually going to be a freshman at Houston this upcoming season, and he's prepped to have a big year. But we're going to talk to him about all his basketball journey in high school, just all the accolades he's built up, and kind of his life story. So let's dive in, guys. Kingston Flemings, let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? We also wanted to make sure that y'all knew that there were some technical difficulties right in the beginning of the podcast, but we thought it was a really important one. So, guys, make sure you listen to the whole thing. Let's do it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Twin State Podcast, and we got a really awesome guest hopping on with us today. We got one of the top-rated commits in the entire country going to the University of Houston in this upcoming class. We got Kingston Flemings hopping on. Man, thank you so much for hopping on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you.
Bro. I mean, me and Jack, and it's funny because we were talking about doing this for a couple months now, so we were just hyped it went through. First of all, you said you're at Houston and you're just starting up basketball practice, bro. How's it been, and how's the adjustment been to playing at a little bit of a different level?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun. I mean, practice has been fun. We're working on deep type stuff. I think it's the intensity. Just intensity on every single drill, everything we do in the weight room. Everything's like deliberate. So I think that's get the rep it really gets. But it's been fun. It's been great.
Man, dude, and one thing that's really cool is you're going into a team that just came off almost a national championship, and you're bringing in a ton of awesome recruits like yourself into this upcoming class. We definitely want to jump into that, but we kind of wanted to start off from the beginning. When did you really start to play basketball?
Honestly, I always watched my brother, and whatever sport he played, I played also. So I think I really started playing. I think at like 4 years old. I think I started actually playing, and then when I got a little older, I think maybe 8, 7, I would play my brother, and I couldn't really do good because it was still a struggle to get the ball to the rim, but I actually played defense. So that's when I really started playing.
Dude, that's awesome. How big of an impact do you think, and you said watching your brother growing up, how big of an impact do you think he had in making you want to play basketball?
I think personally, I'm a competitive person.
Yeah.
I think always seeing him do a sport, I want to do the same sport and try to just do it better. So I think if he didn't do sports at all, I don't know if I would have done sports. Maybe I would have at some point, but I wouldn't have been going as hard as I really did to get to this point.
Bro, for sure. I mean, and me and Jackson are the same way, and that's the difference of literally I have a twin right there that's right next to me through the whole process. I feel like having someone either pushing you or having someone right there, bro. I think that's awesome. So you start playing at 4 years old. Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played a ton of sports. I played soccer, I played baseball, I played lacrosse, I played football, I ran track.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, I think that's everything. I played all those sports.
He did everything.
Sports going up to middle school, football, I ran track, basketball. So,
man, bro, I mean, not a lack of sports at all. Absolutely. But as you kind of got older, you could tell that basketball was going to be the main sport. At what age did you or what grade did you kind of figure out that, man, I know that basketball is going to be the main sport for me, and I need to put all my priority into that?
I think for me, I was pretty good in all three of those sports.
Yeah.
I think for me was which sport do I enjoy when I'm not just playing games? Like in practice, what sport do I enjoy? And anyone that says for your track practice, they're tripping. I'm gonna be honest. So no one really enjoys track practice. Football practice, I can play wide receiver, but I don't enjoy getting hit all the time.
Sure.
And I felt like it was fun at all points. Just working on my own stuff, my own self, and playing with other people. So I'd say then I was like, yeah, I mainly focus on basketball.
Yeah, man. Yeah, track practice is a different. Bro, you're sitting there running. Bro, yeah, I think that's running and football. I totally get why you picked basketball. I think that's sick. So like when you started playing high school sports, do you remember kind of the first game where you were playing varsity? And were you nervous going into it? Were you excited? Like what were the feelings going into the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we started in preseason, and I was pretty nervous. I mean, me and my that attended Antonio, we both started early as a freshman. So I think starting preseason early was a little rough. I mean, I could still do stuff, but I would turn the ball over a little much and things like that. So I think as time went on, I ended up getting my first offer, our first real game, UIW. When we played at TMI, we played a team, and after that tournament, I got an offer by them, and that was a surreal moment for me. But yeah, it was fun.
Bro,
dude, that's crazy.
First offer, first game, bro. First of all, what goes through your head? I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really crazy. I was thinking I was just playing, and I knew I was good, but I mean, at that point, to get an offer after that game, I was like, yeah, I could actually I'm always a confidence in myself, but I was like, yeah, I'm actually pretty good. So I think just continuing to work and focus on myself. It was a great moment.
And you said you got the offer. How did you find out that you were offered? And then did your parents tell you? Or did you get to go tell your parents yo, I got my first offer? What was that experience like?
Yeah, so after the game, we had gone down to we had gone down the stairs, the little locker room, whatever. After we had talked, my coach who's been my coach since second grade, probably earlier.
Yeah.
He came. He was like, "Yeah, you got offered by UIW." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, UIW. I was like, man, that's crazy. I was just shocked. I was like, that's actually crazy. And then I think I ended up telling my parents, telling some of my teammates. So it was fun. It was fun for sure.
Dude, that's unreal. That's so cool. I mean, there's not a ton of guys that have get those kind of offers, but get them that early in high school. I bet that was kind of an unreal feeling of man, I'm really gonna get to go play at the next level. We'd love to talk to you about your recruiting process, man. Obviously, you picked Houston in the end, but first of all, did you enjoy the recruiting process, or was it stressful at all for you?
I wouldn't say it was really stressful.
Yeah.
I was still I got an offer my first year, freshman year, but I only got I think 3 offers that year. I didn't really get a lot of offers sophomore year until sophomore summer, which was when I kind of blew up. I was unranked going into sophomore. I blew up then. So then, kind of from junior summer to senior year, it was kind of more crazy.
Yeah.
The fact, I think that first day, I think it's June 15th maybe, where coaches can call you. I remember 12 o'clock. I was at my friend's house, and I was just getting tons of calls. I mean, I think Bruce Pearl called, Coach Sampson called, Tech. I just want them remembering Baylor, UT. So those schools. I was really there. That was a crazy moment for sure.
Oh my
but I think definitely got it was a little much. Getting texted all the time, called all the time. So having to control all that, still work on your game. It was good.
Man, I mean, that sounds unreal, but I also know there's part of it that's you have to balance it all because, recruiting is, as fun as recruiting is, there's also a lot that goes into it. So,
but that day would have been crazy.
Yeah, that
day must have been wild. So you ultimately picked Houston. What about Houston really stood out to you? And I mean, and obviously, they had an unbelievable season last year. I mean, I was literally sitting in my going into that Final Four game we literally driven back. We were watching Duke and
Houston. I remember I was sitting like in my living room, and I was like, I mean, because we're from Charlotte, so he's a diehard UNC, and I'm diehard Duke, and I was just sitting there like, there's no shot, and he was just laughing at me the whole time, and Houston came back, and they had not they really could have won the whole thing, and they had an unbelievable rest of the year, but. Like you're coming into a team that's stacked. What about Houston really kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, I'd say for me, I mean, personally, like in high school, I stayed with the same high school all the way through. I didn't leave for a prep school.
That's cool.
AAU, I stayed with my same independent team. We ended up going Puma my last year.
Yeah.
So I didn't like leave or none of that. So I think for me, it was really who was like staying with me before I was like, I wouldn't say before I was big, but since the very beginning. And I'd say the two schools that like stayed with me the whole time was Texas Tech and Houston. So I think, I mean, like getting recruited by those schools, it was really down. It was down to those two the whole time. But picking Houston, I just like the pedigree they've had with point guards. Been Jamal Shea, Milos Uzan,
Yep.
Dejan, Galen Robinson, all these amazing point guards. I think coming here and playing for coaches like that who work like that, and I think for me, that's personally how I like to play. Like I like playing defense. I like when the whole team's on the string playing defense. Everyone works hard.
Yeah.
So I think never really having to worry about the person to my left and right working hard. I think that's really what set them over the top. And I was really like just thinking like I really want to compete for a national championship, and I think Houston's the perfect place for that.
Bro, I really love that answer. Y'all are going to be a really fun team to watch this year. We're super excited.
Yeah.
Was there a favorite coach that you kind of got like really enjoyed getting to know over the process, or did you kind of just like everyone?
I mean, I like all the coaches personally. I think Coach Kellen was the one that recruited me at the beginning. Coach Q started recruiting me, I think, a little bit towards the end. So I think, I mean, those two are the main ones that recruited me. So they're all, I mean, the whole coaching staff are great guys. I'm glad Coach Q got a head coaching job. I'm sure there's tons of coaches on the staff that get calls for head coaching jobs and other jobs elsewhere. But I think the like pedigree and the culture that they have here for people to stay and whatnot is just great. I'm pretty sure Kellen has offers to go tons of places. But he stays here, works every single day, impacts every single day. I mean, when we're working out, we're on the today we're working out on the Versa climbers, and we're working out. You see him; he's running on the treadmill, talking to us. You see him on the other side; he's doing like core. So I think it's really like a connection between the whole team, which really makes Houston what Houston is.
How was that first day of workouts?
Yeah, I mean, first day wasn't too bad. We did some running. I mean, it was pretty hard, but I'm a little more conditioned, so it wasn't that bad. On the court, it was intense. Doing all that. We struggled with some things. Me and the other freshmen. Just getting accustomed to how we play defense, everything like that. But today, which is one of the harder days, which is Versa climbers, and I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you can't really explain a Versa climbers to someone. They have to do it. To be honest, like we're going through that, and you get off Versa climber, your legs feel like jelly, and you gotta wait for other people to go on, and then you gotta get right back on. You're doing 20 seconds, you're working. So I think really they're just trying to really try to break us mentally to get us to a point where we're just constantly pushing through, and that's what we were doing today. I think we had a great day. Personally, I think they said we were one of the better groups for our first time. So I think not a lot of people missed their thing, if any. So it was a great day.
Dude, that's sick. That's so cool. I mean, those first days, I mean, for really any sport, but those first days getting back are always tough. And like Jackson said, y'all are destined to have an awesome season. We're hyped to watch it. I want to go back to the championship and that Final Four game. Did you go? And if you did, what was the experience like?
Yeah, so we got invited. So obviously I'm from San Antonio, so we got invited holding flags to start the games. So they had us. We watched the Florida versus Auburn game. They had us in the Florida section. So because we were in the Florida section, we were going for Auburn, kind of. And the Florida ended up winning that game. Walter Clayton had a great game. They won. And then we were at the Duke Houston line, and they had us in the Duke section. And obviously, we're gonna go for Houston, right? So one of my friends like actually a Duke fan, but so we were going through it, and I mean the whole time we're playing, and I'm like we're playing good defense. Like we just weren't really hitting shots early, but we're always like within it. I think they got us like 14 at one point. We just kept it close. Got us like 8 or 7 before halftime. So then go to the second half. I was like we can win we can really like if we get hot at the right time, work, we can win. So we end up going. I think we got down to like 4 at one point, and then where we were sitting, I kind of had to stand up, and like if you were my height, you could perfectly see like straight on the court. So I sat down and started watching the jumbotron. I was like so nervous. So and we started doing good when I sat down. So I just didn't stand up. Stand up at all. I was just sitting down. We were going. I was know we were gonna do it. We did it. I think E-Man got the little 3. And then Malik, it was deja vu. I've been watching the Kansas game. Malik getting that steal, dribbling out to the wing, hit the 3 on Kansas to go to overtime. Malik got the steal, went out to the 3, same thing, missed it. JoJo, who had just committed like a tech or something, reaching over the line. That's just crazy for him to think like next play, gets the putback dunk, and then it's I think maybe a 1-point game at that point.
Yeah.
And then came down, went. Luckily, the guy missed the free throw. We came down. No. The guy missed the free throw. They caught an over the back on Coop. I was like, yes, over the back on Coop. And then J1, and if you know J1, I mean, he's been at Houston all these years, been in the culture, been on the culture. Coaches, respect him. He's one of the vets. And just to see him, because, I mean, he hasn't always been a great free throw shooter. But just to see him go up there and knock 2 down for us to go up 1 was just great. And then they come down. We need 1 stop. And then once I saw he missed, I knew we got it. Because, I mean, we were gonna fight for that rebound. I think Malik came flying in, got it to LJ. And once it got into LJ's hands, I was that's 2 for sure free throws. Because LJ's automatic. So it was just crazy. At that point, I stand on the chair, and I was too hyped. I think Galen was there. It was crazy. That's the craziest game I've ever been to, personally.
Dude, it was it was one of the best games I've ever seen Houston play. And at the same time, like, I'm sitting there like about to cry because I was so upset because I was like, man, this is a year Cooper Fire, all that. And Jackson's just sitting there dying laughing at me. He thinks it's the funniest thing ever. But bro, like that the way they played, man, it was such a good game. And I think that's so sick that you got to be like there, and to be in the Duke section's even funnier. Like that's sick.
Oh, yeah, about the Duke section. So you know how we're down majority of the game,
right?
So I'm happy when we score. It don't matter. The whole game I'm happy when we score. And the students were letting us have it. They were up the whole game. They were killing us, having it. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna continue for my team. We ended up coming back, and just to see, like, they were silent after the game. There was no words. So just like that, just seeing that was great. Personally,
that's redemption because we were at the Duke Carolina game, and if you didn't see that, Carolina lost because I think one of their players stepped over a free throw line, and honestly, that's revenge for them because I was not happy. Dude, on top of all the crazy things you've got to experience, you got to do something really cool, which almost very, very, very few high school players get to do, which is going to play for Team USA in high school, bro. First of all, what was it like getting to travel across the country, and on top of that, winning gold for your team?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. We flew to Boston, and I had known some players. Like I knew Bo Ogden. I knew Nick from Puma. We weren't really close or that. I knew Ariana Roberson from on the girls' side. So I remember going there. I was just excited to be there. We were in Boston, started practicing, and it's a little different. If you play in that 3-on-3, like the ball is the size of a girl's ball, but it's still men's ball weight.
Oh,
so
weird.
If you first start shooting with it, it's like weird to control because our hands are a little bigger, so like having our hands around the ball is a little weird. So we end up like working on that. We flew to Germany first, and we were scrimmaging against the Germany team. And I remember the first game we understood the rules like a little bit. I remember the first game we played. I think we played we started at 11, we played at 21, and they had beat us. They beat us like 21-19. We could not use the ball, none of that. So then we played another game, we won. And then the next day, we just went to the gym and we were just shooting with the ball, like just shooting so we could get used to it. And then from then on, we didn't lose a single game. I think it was great that we actually played the Germany team because they were one of the better teams, and we scrimmaged them like every single day. So they were scrimmaging us, we were scrimmaging them. So it was just like making each other better. And then we ended up getting the rules down and just some of the plays we were making because we knew the rules.
Yep.
It was just great. I mean, being there, the atmosphere, like it was in Hungary. So when Hungary played at night, it was like they had lights.
Oh, it was unreal.
Out. It was crazy. Like we played Hungary in the first round, but it was more like 4, so there wasn't like it wasn't completely packed, and it was a little lighter, but it was still crazy, for sure.
Yeah, I think. I mean, a lot of people don't get to go over there in general, and the fact that y'all got to play like the hot, like the kind of basketball that is like the intensity. I bet that was so cool, especially to get to do that in high school. Like, I bet that was unreal. So and bro, congrats. Also, you got named Gatorade Player of the Year. That's sick. How did you find out? Like, how did you find out the news?
Well, Gatorade player.
Yeah.
So it had always been a goal of mine this year. Now I think I deserved Gatorade Player of the Year, but we had lost to Sheldon, who was also a candidate.
Mm.
So I was like, I don't know if they're gonna give it to me. And then like my trainer at school always kept tabs of everything. So I remember in the morning after I would finish shooting, it came in there and she was like, "Congrats, Gatorade Player of the Year." And I was like, I mean, that's great. I mean, that was my goal going into this. Like, so I mean, getting that goal, it was great. I mean, I didn't get some of the things I wanted. I mean, I got Gatorade Player of the Year. I wanted to be McDonald's. I didn't get McDonald's, unfortunately. I wanted to win state, didn't win state, unfortunately. But I mean, we were one of the best national teams.
Mm-hmm.
We flew to like New Jersey for some games. We flew to like New York for games. It was just crazy. It was a crazy year. It was fun.
Bro, dude, I mean, first of all, that's a sick like award to get in general. And I mean that entire like Houston in general, or not even Houston, just that entire state of Texas, like there's so many guys that can like I mean that like especially in this year's class with Sheldon and Sebastian, like there's so many guys in this year's class that are so good.
Edwards, they won. Caden Edwards won too. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. How cool is it to play with that talent in Texas and so many guys going to the next level and just around your area?
Yeah, I mean, so many people, I think, in the 2026 class end up leaving Texas, like go to prep schools and this and that. And I mean, everyone's journey is different, so I don't really have like a lot to say about that. But I just feel like you're leaving one situation for a situation you think is great when I don't really know if it's actually that great. Like Caden Edwards stayed here all 4 years, learning behind. He could have left after his freshman year. He was off the bench, playing with Ron Holland, playing with KJ Lewis, playing with Cameron Barnes. Or like Sheldon playing on a team where they weren't always like going deep in the playoffs. Bel Air is like he could have left. I could have left. Jaden Toombs could have left. Jermaine O'Neal Jr. could have left. But like we all stayed here, got better, and if you saw like as it went on, like the people that were there in Texas just constantly got like higher and higher in the rankings. Like I think me and Bug weren't ranked for a little bit. After Poon, we started going higher and higher. Toombs too, going higher and higher. Jermaine, Sheldon going higher and higher. So I think just seeing all my guys in Texas, continually get better. I mean, I hope the best for the next season. I mean, unless they're playing us personally.
for sure, bro. I mean, some of those showdowns are gonna be crazy if they end up happening.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, and I think what I love about your story is you didn't fall into like I want to go into like a better school with a prep school. You wanted to stay home, and you really elevated your game where you were. You didn't need to move on, and I love that about your game and just all around. Kind of last two questions for you as you kind of look back over these last 4 crazy years, and now you're going into Houston. Do you kind of have like a favorite memory over the craziness that you've been going through?
Favorite memory? I mean, there were so many memories. Like, I mean, like after game. I mean, I'm sure tons of high school players can tell you how it is. Like after college, not after college, after like playoff games when you're eating out as a team, or going to like New Jersey and we're in the same hotel and like eating out. Like I feel like those are some of the best moments.
Right.
Like those playing around in the hotel rooms, eating out. But I feel like this year especially, our practices were so intense. I think that's really like kind of prepared me to be ready for Houston. Like our practice was so intense. There was a day that we had a fight on the team. Like in practice, we had a fight, and I mean at practice we're all cool. I mean, friends. We've been friends for life. So I think just like some of those moments, with my guys who I've grown up with my whole life. I mean, those are the best moments for me. I mean, I was excited to come to practice every single day, excited to work. So I think that's just. I mean, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, and you hit it like right there in the beginning of like the everyone kind of wants to look over like the state championships or like the game-winning games, and it's like, I mean, we had Sebastian Williams Adams on a couple weeks ago, and he was laughing about the fact of like going on those AAU trips and getting to travel with your guys and like being in the hotel room with your guys, like those memories, like you don't beat them. I mean, it's insane, and I mean that's so cool, like to kind of get to hear y'all's stories. Last question for you, as you're looking back, like kind of like through your basketball journey, what do you think is the biggest adversity you overcame while playing?
For me, I'd say younger. I was a bigger guard. Like I'm a decent sized guard now, like 6'4". But younger, I was like a big guard. So I mean, my skill set, my athleticism, I was like killing. And then there was a time from like fifth grade to like maybe sophomore year, why maybe like fifth grade to like freshman year, I wasn't really growing, didn't really gain weight, was like kind of shorter than a lot of people. So I think going through that, I think helped me a lot. Like being smaller, having to learn how to play, and then eventually I hit a growth spurt, and I think that just helped a lot. Learning how to play, being smaller, everything like that. And also, I think another adversity I'd say is I think every matchup that I personally went up against, like a ranked player or something, I think I won that matchup. But I think seeing some of those games where I think I beat the matchup and then like results not really showing after, like not really moving up, and I think that really showed me. Which is my favorite quote is, "Comparison is a thief of joy." So I just never compare yourself. I think for me, that's what I kind of learned. Never compare myself to my own journey. And I think just continue to kill every matchup I came across, and eventually I'll get to where I wanted to get. And I mean, I got to top 25,
Yeah.
which was crazy to go as an independent kid. Get the top 25. I was close to getting McDonald's. Got Jordan Brand Classics. I think it was a blessed career for sure in high school.
Bro, I mean, you have such a cool story, and you're really humble. And I think like your story in general is just really cool, and something that I think a lot of people are gonna be really interested in hearing. And bro, thank you so much for hopping on a Tuesday night. I know you're busy, but we appreciate you, man.
I got y'all.
Yes, sir, man. Everyone, go follow him on Instagram, all his platforms. Love you guys. Peace.